So I'm really happy to see you all for a little bit more of a playful practice. So if you have any holiday festive stickers or anything that you want to throw up or throw on, you're welcome to. All right, so I'd like to start standing today. So as you find this place to stand, I'd like to share this quote to begin this practice with. Happiness is smiling when the sun's out. Joy is dancing in the downpour. Happiness is smiling when the sun's out, but joy is dancing in the downpour. And haven't we been in a downpour for about a year? So in this practice, I'm going to invite us to use our yoga as a way to dance in the downpour, to be here in a difficult season for many, be in our bodies and find this joy that resides here. And then plant your feet a little bit wider than hips distance apart and keep your feet on the earth, but just lift one heel and then the other. Just come up onto the ball of one foot and the ball of the other, like we're just warming up our ankles. Listen to maybe some snap, crackle, pop. Come up onto the ball of one foot and roll your ankle. Roll around so you feel the toes, the bones of the foot and the ankle. And then just plant that foot down, let it broaden on the mat and pick up the other heel and make some circles. Start to think of the word joy as a way to move your body. You move in a joyful way today.
No.
And then go ahead and plant that foot down. Turn your toes slightly out and a little bit wider. And then we're just going to start to bend and straighten knees. Moving knees in the way, knees move. And just notice there if there's any tension or pain or kind of disruption around the knee joint, and see if you can move in a way that feels a little more easy and joyful. That might mean smaller, it might mean bigger. Maybe your knees are happy coming way down. Good, and I like what Karen is adding. Let's add the arms. Sweep the arms down and reach the arms up. Paying attention to just ankles and knees, but moving the body. Exhale down and inhale up. Inhale one more time, reach your fingers high, stretch and breathe. And then settle your hands down on your hips and begin to just move your hips from side to side. Get a little bit sassy, a little bit sexy. A lot of us are pretty rigid here. So see if you can find some softness on the sides of your hips. And then turn that into a figure eight. You can kind of draw a figure eight with your hips. Notice that you need to move your knees in order for that to happen. Moving like water. And then reverse that direction. It's going to feel a little bit awkward and maybe rigid at first, but explore movement in your hips. See if that's where tightness is residing today. And then let's come up to the torso. Bring your hands to your waist and just drop your chest forward and lift your chest up. So a little bit of a standing cat and cow, feeling lower back. Just kind of hold onto your ribs and notice how the rib cage tilts down and up. Release your hands and start a gentle twisting movement from side to side. You can let your heel come up off the floor. Just move with ease, effortless movement. I'm gonna let Bill into the party. Let your arms swing. How would you do this if you were 5 years old? And how does this feel to just free your body and not be doing precise movement or poses? Can you find joy in simply moving your body? I see some smiles on faces, so I think the answer might be yes. And then swing back to the center. Let your arms just dangle at your sides. Bring your hands to your thighs, and we're going to do a bigger version of cat and cow. So rounding here and arching here. Moving still with an ease and a softness that allows you to pay attention to your whole spine. Even make some loud exhales where you feel a need to just sigh. And as we come up, roll your shoulders back, starting to pay attention to the upper back and the shoulders. Make these shoulder circles bigger, elbows coming up high. As your elbows go back, open your heart, open your chest, squeeze your back, and then open the back. Front, back. You might even add your head in the motion. And then the whole arm circle, up and out. Start to bend the knees. Breathe in joy. Breathe in freedom. Breathe in ease. Let's do this one more time. Take a deep breath in and then let your arms open and pause here. Imagine holding a big bright ball in your arms. Just let it rest on your chest. Lift your chin, make room. You might even picture that beautiful Christmas star we've been looking at for the last few days, that bright light in the sky. Beautiful. Fingertips come up and touch. Let your hands come in front of your heart, sink down into a squat. Reach up again, arms wide. Grab your hands and squat. One more time. And then let your arms rest by your sides. Bring your feet in a little closer together. Let's take the arms up high and climb a rope, moving into that side body. One arm reaches, and then the other. Feel the length of your spine, the space around your rib cage. Feel your breath. And then release your arms to the sides. And with all those body parts warmed up, I ask you to just come back again to that feeling of marching. Just shifting your weight from one foot to the other. Might feel a little like dancing. Don't worry. It's okay. Good. And let your knees start to come into that movement. Let your hips move. Let your torso move. You might even close your eyes or turn your back to the camera and just move your body here, side to side. Arms doing what arms want to do. Notice your breath. Notice any sensations of moving in this way. Let out a sigh. Who knew you were coming to a dance party on a Wednesday morning? And then just slow that movement down again and just pause, mountain pose. And you might notice that your body still wants to move a little bit. Bodies were made to move. We're not meant to sit still as much as we have been. I'd like you to face the top of your mat and take a nice deep breath in, arms up high, and then swan dive low, forward fold. Press your hands to your shins and make your way back to downward facing dog. And just start to move here in the same way, a wiggly way.
Breathe.
If you'd rather be on all fours, you're welcome to do that. Good. The down dog dance. Allow your knees to come to the earth. Let the knees come out a little bit wider and press your hips back to child's pose. And once you get there, shift your hips from side to side. Imagine just a little hammock swinging from side to side. Feel the inner thighs and the outer hips moving here in a curious and joyful way. Coming back to center, shift forward on your knees, plank pose, lower down to your belly and rise up into cobra. Fingertips on the floor, lift your spine into a little back bend. Turn your head from side to side. Nice. And then releasing the hands to the earth, press to tabletop. Tuck your toes and lift into downward facing dog. Once again, pedal your heels, a little down dog dance here. Ankles, knees, hips, shoulders. Let's find our way back to the top of our mat in a forward fold. You can rest your hands on the floor or take a hold of elbows. But explore here with soft, easy movement. Find a sway, a rhythm, a breath. With a little more bend in your knee, let's press to a flat back. And then moving from the hips, rise up to standing, arms reach high, extended mountain. Look up, lift up, and then find again that big ball of light in your arms. Draw your hands together at heart center, pause. Beautiful. Just move through those 12 poses again. Joyful sun salute. Inhale, rise, greet the sun, greet a new day. Exhale, bow, greet the earth with gratitude. Hands to shins, lift halfway, and exhale, downward facing dog, acknowledging our furry friends. Shift forward into plank pose, knees or toes, celebrate your strength. Exhale, lower down, chaturanga, and then rise up, cobra or upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Pause here. Feel your breath. Looking forward, find your way to let your feet and your hands come together. Lift halfway and sigh as you exhale in a fold. With soft knees, rise high, extended mountain, and bring your hands to your heart. Hopefully your body's getting a little warmer. We're gonna do that one more time. One more sun flow. A joyful sun A. Rise up, greet the sun. Bow down, touch the earth. Lift halfway and step back, downward facing dog. Let out a big exhale and then either stay here or take a vinyasa, your choice. As we meet in downward facing dog, we pause for breath. And then let's slowly find our way back. Hands to feet, feet to hands, lift halfway. Loud exhale as you fold. Inhale, arms reach high, extended mountain. Open out to gather that ball of light. And bring your hands to your heart. Beautiful. As we practiced on Monday, this is a time of balance, dark and light. So we're going to put in some extra balancing poses today again. So let's start here in chair pose. And we'll keep our hands close to heart and just come down into whatever feels like a comfortable chair for you. And then start to pick up one heel and then the other. Pedal through your feet. Setting your eyes on a point. Option to bring up both heels and come into balancing chair. If you've chosen that, you can keep your hands close to your body or extended. If you'd like a little more challenge this morning, slowly come into drinking bird, arms behind, like you're looking over the edge of your mat. Core is strong. If you fall, try again. And let's drop our heels and rise up, extended mountain. Exhale, hands to heart, forward fold. Our body's a little warmer now, so it might feel good to take a hold of the back of your heels, bend your knees a little, and just pull into a deeper stretch. Breathe in, breathe out. With your fingertips on the floor, lengthen to a flat back and lift your left leg behind you. Come into a 3-point balance. Core stays strong to support you. You can stay right here, or if you'd like a little more challenge, bring your hands to your heart. Come into a version of Warrior 3. Releasing your fingers to the mat. Switch legs. Left foot firm, right leg lifts. Core stays strong, fingers down or hands to heart. Finding balance. If you fall out of these poses, can you laugh joyfully instead of being frustrated? Try it on. Let's release the hands, step back into downward facing dog. Either stay here or take a vinyasa, your choice. And then we'll raise the right leg toward the ceiling. Exhale to step that foot forward. Dropping the back heel, rise up, Warrior 1. Beautiful, you guys. Press down and out through that back foot. Santa has hot. Warrior 1. As you exhale, let your arms reach down, torso forward, fly the arms behind you, squeeze the backs of your shoulders nice and tight, and then scoop up again, Warrior 1. Moving with breath. Another little yoga dance. Flow with joy. One more time, breathe in. And this time, settle your hands onto the earth, downward facing dog with an option to take a vinyasa, your choice. When you're ready, the left leg kicks high. Exhale, step through and rise up to warrior one. Drop that back heel. Strong, joyful warrior. What happens in your body when you turn this into a joyful pose instead of a serious pose? Does anything change or soften? Let's move with breath. Exhale, arms down and back. Inhale, reach. Polishing the rough edges, making them softer. Maybe even your hands get softer when you think of embodying joy. Let's go one more time. Inhale, lift. And exhale, hands to mat. Downward facing dog or vinyasa, your choice. Only choosing what feels just right for your body. And as we come forward, hands to feet, press to your shins, lengthen, and exhale, big exhale as you fold. Put that bend back in your knees. Inhale, chair pose or balancing chair. Stay with your breath. Playful, curious, joyful posture. Let's inhale, arms overhead. Come into a back bend that feels good to your body, not forced. Good, and maybe bend your elbows, open your chest. Turn up the corners of your mouth. And draw the hands back into heart, sink into chair. Joyful movement, rise up. Fold forward. Half lift. Downward facing dog. Let's all take a vinyasa, knees or toes, your choice. On the in-breath, raise your right leg and step through. Let's come up again, warrior one. Lots of heat today. Another balance pose, hands to heart. We're going to move into warrior three. So start by lifting your back heel off the floor and explore just lifting those toes a little. See how that feels. And then if you like, start to shift your body into a T shape. Arms can stay here, reach out or overhead. Nice thing about practicing at home is you have lots of furniture nearby you can grab if you need it. And let's drop that foot back to the earth, come back to lunge, and we'll let the knee settle to the floor. Everybody take a deep breath with me and out loud, I don't care who's there, make the M sound. The puppies love that. Shifting back into a straight leg. Take a hold of your right ankle and just move that heel forward a few inches. Just move that heel forward. Yeah, good. And then walk your fingers toward the top of your mat. Nice, juicy hamstring stretch. Deep breaths. And shifting back to a kneeling lunge. Let's tuck the toes under and float that back knee off the ground. Just a little more space in the hip flexor. Keeping the left hand down, reach the right arm up, come into a twisting lunge. And you can stay here or wrap your arm. Just let your spine, your chest feel this opening. And reach that arm around, hand to earth, downward facing dog. Stay here or take a vinyasa. Let's raise the left leg high and step through again, finding our warrior one, setting up for warrior three, taking flight. So the left foot is your anchor, your stability. As hands come to heart center, lift your right heel and then teeter totter forward. Just test the waters. What does it take to lift that foot a little off the floor? And that could be your pose. If you'd like more challenge, tilt your torso forward from the hip, make a T shape with your body. Arms could be like airplane, out, or overhead. Are you breathing joyfully in this shape? Let's release the foot to the floor, hands to the ground, and drop our back knee. We earned this stretch. We built the heat. Shifting back, find that straight leg, and now pick up your left ankle and just assist it forward a bit. Beautiful, you guys. Fingertips forward. Breathe into the length in the back of your left leg. Hear your sounds. That M sound, that humming sound creates a vibration to our brain, signaling the nervous system that this is good. Try it out. Let's shift forward again, kneeling lunge, and we'll tuck our toes, lifting the knee into low lunge. If you'd rather keep your knee on the floor, that's perfectly fine. We're gonna twist, right hand down, left arm up. Circle your wrist, circle your left wrist. Make a little wrist easy, flowy movement. Making this pose vibrant, not stagnant. And we'll release the hand to the floor, downward facing dog or vinyasa. The last time I'll offer that, so you might want to take it this time. And then let's take our feet wide, the width of our yoga mat. Turning the toes out, keeping the heels in. We're going to soften the knees and walk our hands back to our feet. And explore some different angles of hamstring here. So with our toes pointed out, take a hold of your outer ankles and softly pull your torso down. So it's a wide-legged, turned out forward fold. And with fingertips on the floor in front of you, bend and straighten your knees. Bend them as much as they will bend without any pain. It could be a nice deep malasana squat. Maybe it's halfway down. Maybe it's a tiny bend. Your knees get to be the boss. Lifting and lowering. And as we lift our hips, let's turn the toes forward, still wide. Once again, soft knees pull on your heels. You'll bring your attention more toward the middle of your hamstring. In this position, just shift your weight towards your left foot and then towards your right foot. Notice how things change when you shift your weight. Playful, curious, joyful. And in the center, let's place our fingertips again on the floor and then bend and straighten your knees here as much as you can. With your knees now forward in the direction of your toes, you might not be able to get as deep. Just move your knees, stretch your hamstrings. And one more, the heels stay put. Now the toes pivot in. So you're kind of pigeon-toed. Take a hold of your heels once again and pull yourself down. Now you'll feel probably outer hamstrings. A little shift from side to side, probably not very big. You're a little limited here. Deep breaths. I'm not going to ask you to bend your knees here because that's funky position on the knee. So go ahead and turn your toes back to the front of your mat. Heel toe your feet together and press to shins, half lift. And then from the hips, let's rise up to stand. Ooh, hamstrings are talking, aren't they? Shake it out a little bit. Side to side, side to side. And then just start to pick up one foot and then the other. Like you're marching, but you're marching wide. You guys know when we're walking, we're balancing one foot and then the other all day long. All right, stand on your right foot. Take that left knee across and out. Make a little figure 8 with your left knee. You can wring your arms out if you need a little balance assist. Moving through your hip. A little different look at balance, dynamic balance, which is more realistic to our lives. As that knee comes out, let it find a place above your right knee. Whoa, my goodness. Figure 4, standing pigeon. You can put your hand on a chair if you need a little bit of help. Hands to heart, let's sink down a little bit more. You might bring your elbows to your lower leg. And if you want to really have some fun today, you can put your hands on the floor. That's a pretty big hamstring stretch. There's also, Britt, go for it, an arm balance here where you can bring your hands to the floor and rest your shins on the back of your triceps. So play, balance, joy. And we'll find our way back up. Woo! Everybody make that sound. Woo! That's fun. Nice. Good. Shift your weight into your left foot. And let's take the right knee slowly at first, across and out. Steady your breath. If you were 5 years old, how would you do this? Would you get all serious about like it's something you have to do? Or would you explore and say, look, Mom, what I can do? Take your foot into a figure 4, grabbing any assists that are helpful to you. Hands at heart, and let's lower down. Maybe that's just a little. Or maybe your elbows touch your leg. Nice deep breaths. If you'd like, you can reach your fingers toward the floor. And if that arm balance is calling your name, go for it. Hands to earth. Shin on the backs of your triceps. Claire, thanks for the demo. Let's rise back up, friends. Find standing. And then just close your eyes, and if you can hear the beat of the music, just feel again that sway. One heel lifts and then the other. Slow, let your blood circulate through your body. Take a deep breath, arms up and arms down. Arms up, arms down. Let's do that 2 more times. Sway with breath. Inhale. And release yourself down 1 more time into a forward fold. Keep your right foot where it is. Step your left foot back into a low lunge. Reach your arms high and hook your thumbs. 1 more big stretch for the left hip flexors. Breathe here. And then lower your hands to the floor. We're going to walk into a wide straddle. Turn to the wide edge of your mat. Lunge your knees from side to side. Find a rhythm that works with your body. Think of that feeling when we were just standing and swaying. Can you create that here? And then turning toward the back of your mat, low lunge toward your left foot. Reach your arms high, high lunge. And as you hook your thumbs, hook the awkward way, the way that doesn't feel natural. Oh, slow breath into those hip flexors. And as the hands come to the floor, turn to your wide straddle once again. And now just anything that feels great to your body, do that here. You can choose stillness, you can choose movement. Maybe explore some different places for your hands. Your body, your breath, your practice. And I'm sure you'll all argue with me if I say that frog pose is a joyful pose. We're going to find out. So go ahead and bring your knees down to the mat and fold the outside edges of the mat. I'm going to come into frog pose, which is a deep, deep hip opener. And so I'm facing the long edge of my mat. Come to all fours and let your knees come out wide. So wider than if you were in a really wide child's pose. Inch your knees wide and come down to your elbows. And then the easiest version of this is keeping the toes in, but for a little more sensation, a lot more sensation, flex your feet and take your feet wide like a frog. If you don't know what that means, just try it and you'll know. So you want your hips and your knees in line, and your feet may be a little wider than your knees. You can stay here on your elbows or make a pillow for your head, lower all the way to the floor. Happiness is smiling when the sun's out, but joy is learning to dance in the downpour. Joy is finding comfort inside of the discomfort. Living a joyful life, I think, means finding ease within when there is dis-ease around us. Finding peace within when there is not peace around us. So I ask you, in this uncomfortable pose, can you find a sense of ease, of grace, of being here and not trying to get out of the discomfort? Let this pose be your teacher of how to be in this pandemic. Not against, but with the hard things. Deepen your breath, even widen your knees. Be here. We'll take one more full breath in and out here. Let it be a sigh. And then slowly push to hands. Lengthen your spine and inch your knees back together. Oh my, fill in the blank. Unfold your mat and find a seat. Take a moment. Take a moment here. Shoulders up by your ears. Back and down. Chest open. We'll do the opposite of what we just did before we lie down on our backs. This will be our last pose before Shavasana. So cross your right leg over your left leg. Knees high. If that doesn't feel good, your bottom leg can stay straight. So two really great choices. With your sitting bones on the floor, feel how your legs are hugging in now where they were just open, the opposite muscles. Left hand on the right knee and take a twist to the right. You can also use an elbow. Sit tall, breathe deep. Close your eyes, feel your body breathing here. Come back slowly, easily. So you can just switch, but since we are being playful and joyful today, you might want to try this. So you can bring your hands to the floor on the left side of you, so by that front foot. Tuck your toes and lift, and you're just going to spin. Just walk your hands, pivot on your feet, and you'll find yourself on the other side. Hopefully a little bit giggly along the way. You can stretch that leg out or keep it bent. Let's lengthen through the spine and twist to your left. I wish I was in the room with Hank and Gail right now. I'm sure they're just giggling, laughing, having fun. Close your eyes again, my friend, and breathe joy into your body. Or rather, breathe into your body where joy already resides. Happiness is external, it's fleeting. Joy is eternal, it's always abiding in us. We just have to recognize it, go into it. It's here already. Release. Unfold your legs and make your way down onto your back. And for today, I invite you to flop your body open, like feet wider than the mat, hands extended out to your sides, chest open, a little grin on the inside of your lips, just a pleasant face. Open yourself to joy. Open yourself to recognize the joy that is here already. Nothing else is needed. As you breathe in, repeat the mantra to yourself, I am. And as you breathe out, use the word joy. Inhale, I am. And exhale, joy. Notice again that deep breath, I am joy. And let's come out of this shape in a joyful way, whatever that means to you. How do you wake up in the morning? Do you yawn and wiggle and stretch? Do that now. Twist. Find joints that need a little awakening. Yawn, make some noise. I think the word I want to use is luxurious or languorous or something, like move in a way that just feels like joy as you come back to a seat. Bring a smile with you, a pleasant face. Bring your hands over your heart. Feel this beating heart, this heart that knows joy in all circumstances. And I'll leave you with the words today of Robert Louis Stevenson. Find out where joy resides and give it a voice. far beyond singing, for to miss the joy is to miss all. Give it a voice far beyond singing, for to miss joy is to miss all. My friends, get outside today, buy yourself some flowers, treat yourself to the most delicious warm beverage you can find, light some candles, and please dance. Thank you so much for this joyful time we've had together. Namaste, friends.